So, you know the situation, you know the problems that you're facing. Shepherd is a dangerous foe as we continue this fight. So, top of the round will be Bark.
And my Roll20 is still loading.
Oh.
It's been on establishing server uplink for far too long. I'll try refreshing it. Oh no, my Firefox has crashed.
Oh, shit. Alright, we'll come back to
You want to
Bark
skip
then.
Bark? Yeah, go. Yeah, come back to him.
Lisbeth, you're up.
Cool. I am going to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there, and use my tentacle rods on the guy next to me.
Okie dokie.
With all 3 tentacles, obviously.
Yep.
I think they all hit, don't they?
17, 20, yeah, they all hit, yeah. You plus whatever to it, don't you? 9, I think it is, for the tentacle rod.
Yeah, it's plus 9, Christ.
Yeah.
And then... 10 damage.
10 damage to them. Alright, so you wing and you swing and you whack the Spectre, which does react to the tentacle rod as it's being tossed back and forth. The tentacles then move to like wrap around it, and were it a physical creature, it would have an effect. However, with the non-corporeal form of it, the tentacles just go straight through the visage and it is not grappled. Alright.
Okay, and with my extra attack, I'll do the same again.
Okay.
All hit, don't they?
That's right, yeah.
And there's one crit there. Am I doing a crit on the tentacle rod or not?
Yeah. It's a weapon attack. So just you roll the d6 that you roll for it will be doubled.
Okay, so just take the first one. Oh, typical.
So, shit. Okay,
9.
so that's 9 damage to it. So you can see the form of the Spectre is beginning to shake and convulse with the ferocity of the attacks from Lisma. It is beginning to fail, but it's still whole.
Cool, that's my turn.
Alright, we'll go back to Bark.
I'm literally switching laptops. This laptop will not load Roll20. So I'll be another couple of minutes. Sorry.
Alright, so it is Imnara. So Imnara is just going to scream in terror as she will fly away from the Shepherd. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Alright, it's Baron Bark's turn. So Baron Bark is going to go shout out towards Imnara. She just goes, Imnara, no! He's going to swing at the Spectre in front of him. He's going to make this reckless as well. 13 will get it. So as he swings into the Spectre, its form fails and it just disperses into purplish mist. Its face, its incorporeal face, just floats up into the sky with a final before evaporating completely. And he's gonna move. And he's gonna sort of guard Imnara a little bit. She was nearly taken there. All right. It is Vorkus's turn.
The laptop is open. It should be quicker than loading this other laptop. And we'll try and get through these turns and then have it all sorted by the next round.
No problem. Well then we will come back to you then, mate, when you're ready. So Cora, you're up.
Awesome. And if he's continuing to have issues, Chet can do Bark for a round and then give it back to him. Yep. So firstly, I'm going to take my spiritual weapon and try and hit this guy with it.
Okie dokie. 10 will miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Swing and it just sort of it glifts to the side.
All right. That's not what I wanted to have happen. But from there, I will call down my sacred flame towards this guy in front of me. So that's a dex save. Yeah. So he
15.
fails. So 14 radiant damage to it.
So as the radiant damage flares up, it does convulse and react violently towards it. Plus 14 to that. It is still functioning, but you can tell it's lesser than what it was.
Okay. Then the only thing I'm going to do is move my spiritual weapon there.
Alrighty then. Okay. How you looking, Rich?
No, I just everything's going horribly wrong, Jack. I am so sorry.
No, that's fine, mate.
I cast guidance on you, Rich. Guidance.
Absolutely fine. Well, as a way of balancing, I won't have any of the spectres attack Bark or Vorkrus this turn. Because they could have been doing something else. Alright, so this spectre right beside you, Cora, is going to... You're going to have an opportunity attack against it, as it's going straight for Imnara.
Okay. Alright, so opportunity attack. I will cross my fingers and hit it with my mace.
That is a hit, and you do find purchase in the blow, but you get this feeling that, as it is just a... Cora, Bark, Xeric, and Vorkrus to make wisdom saving throws, please. Wow, Xeric. Always seem to succeed whenever I try to target you or this. Cora, you succeed. Vorkrus, you succeed.
Bark, not me, but yeah. Or do I need to do it as well?
Yes, Bark needs to do it as well.
Yeah, no, so that is Bark. Do I need to do it?
No, Lisma.
Right, okay, look, that's
fine. No, sorry, no, not Lisma. Vorkrus, yes, Vorkrus is... Yeah, so Vorkrus as well.
Wow!
Those are good rolls.
Yeah, so he cast Hold Person at 5th level to target 4 people, and none of them were succeeded. So as all of you just break this magical effect off of himself, he's like... He just raises his hand. And Bark and Xeric, you feel momentum as the ship seems to move. Bark and Xeric, all of you watch the Shepherd, Bark, and Xeric rise 30 feet in the air as the ship seems to be flying upwards. Kerry, you're up.
Can I miss
Does anybody know why that spectre there has got a red dot? If you want to, yeah, sure.
It's fear, I believe.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
yes,
running away from
it's
the
afraid. That's right.
No,
So,
not for me, I don't think.
you know, it's afraid of Cora. It's afraid of Cora because you did the...
Oh.
Right.
Here to meet Lil. And now I'm next to it. No.
If that's the case, it will... well, where did you want to Misty Step to?
Anywhere's fine. It's even better from there. Can I hit him?
What would you like to hit him with?
This big one is his guardian. He's over
that's
here.
That's staying down on the docks. I'm going to have it.
Oh, okay, so I can't hit it.
move
Can I throw Dream
backwards
Snatcher
towards
at the
Bark.
shepherd?
It's going to hold an action. Throw what? Sorry. When Bark makes an
Dream
attack,
Snatcher.
the Spectre will attack Bark.
Is it Dream Snatcher? Is that what the name is?
Yeah. It's not a throwing thing, I believe.
Oh, okay. Do I have
Honest,
any
Dark
movement?
Side,
Just sort of-
He has it on a dagger.
because she did.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you have it on the dagger, you can throw the dagger. D&D, I'm also going to have a month off of. You just got to go pick it up. So as he swings into the Spectre, its form fails and it
Can I
just
go over there and just
disperses
stab
into
him?
purplish mist. Pardon?
Can I go over there and stab him?
Yeah, of course you can. You've got a full movement.
Oh, okay, cool. I want to just go over there and just check him.
Okay, so you rush over towards him. Make an attack roll. You stab out towards him. That black mist seeps out from his body and just envelops your hand and just blows you away. That's a miss.
Oh. Okay. That's all.
Okay. Right, Bark.
Bark is going to turn to look at the shepherd. He's going to look him dead in what passes for eyes by that freak. And he is going to mark him as a hunter. And do hunter's mark. And then he's going to swing his Morning Star at the shepherd.
Okay.
So 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
So 5
damage.
plus 3 hunter's mark damage.
Alright then, so he strikes across the face. You can see a couple of teeth actually fly out from the shepherd's face.
And he's going to Morning Star again for a 12 to hit.
12 is a miss. He brings the Morning Star down, and the shepherd, actually this time, just raises his arm and just grabs it. And the pressure that Bark feels, there's a strength that he did not expect.
He's going to stare him down as he ends his turn.
All right, Lizmo, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do tentacle rod on this guy, the guy next to me.
Okay. 2 hits. Well, 3 hits.
11 damage.
Yet the tentacles just wrap around him and just destroy him.
Fantastic. I'm then going to move to here. And I'm going to pull up. Can I use a different weapon for a second attack? My extra attack.
Technically, no. It's like when you make an attack, when you do the attack action, you can do a second melee attack. When you make the attack action, you can perform another attack. What weapon did you want to get out?
I was just going to grab my longbow. How about we do it for flavour and whatever happens, happens?
No. So you can do it. You just have to drop the tentacle rod. So that basically is going to be out of your inventory for now. So you can keep it in your inventory. Just keep in mind that you don't have your hands on the tentacle rod at the moment. Actually, pull out your longbow.
Oh yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to pull off my longbow. I want to use my bonus action to try and somehow enchant the end of the arrow. I'm not looking for extra damage or anything, just trying to protect it. But obviously I don't have a clue what I'm doing with magic, so I'm just trying. And then I'm going to fire up at the ship.
Alright, make a charisma check for me.
So
14.
Your heart is bumping. Blood from the minor wounds that you have is seeping down. It stings. There's a coldness in the air, and you can see your friends and your foe getting further and further away from you. And in that moment, the world seems to slow down, and you are connected to something you're not usually connected with. And you seem to focus and channel it into the point of your arrow, and it glows for a second. So in that brief second where your arrow is glowing, do you fire it?
100%.
All right,
Roll
make an
it.
attack roll. I'm going to give the shepherd half cover because he's technically on top of the ship.
That's fine. Damn it.
Unfortunately, just a bit too far. Zurich, fuck you.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Alright, so that is Elizabeth's turn. Imnara is just going to fly even further away from the ship. Yeah. Baron Bark is going to use his action to dash to keep up with her because she's actually a lot quicker, not being confined to the gravity. Volkris, you're up.
Rah! So Vorquist looks around for a target of Firebolt and sees absolutely nobody left alive. And so fires Firebolt at the Shepherd.
Make a ranged spell attack, please.
16 to hit.
16, unfortunately, is going to be a miss. You crash, it explodes against the side of the spectral ship.
Didn't a 13 hit from Bark? What's changed? Or did I get confused?
No, Bark
I
didn't
think
get
a
a
13 hit this wraith.
Right, that'll be
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
13.
yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
It's all right. You're playing a couple of characters. It's fine. We'll let it slide.
Anything else from you, Volkris?
Oh, yes, I will just use my movement to make my way round the house and try and give myself some sort of cover because I'm scared.
Okay. Just checking on the insect plague. Cora, you're up.
Right. I am going to I don't know exactly how it works, but I guess I'm going to start by moving this guy over here. I don't know how high off that guy is. I'm assuming it's not 30 feet up yet, but he'll get closer. And then I'm going to call forth my Sacred Flame.
Okay. So, has advantage on this.
Yep.
8.
That's 9 radiant.
Alright. So as the radiant fire envelops, it actually catches the shepherd on his leg. And for the first time, you see him screech in agony. You get the feeling in that moment, Cora, the shepherd is vulnerable to radiant damage.
Okay.
So that was actually 18 radiant damage that you did to him.
Okay. Very excited. I will yell to everybody, attack the ship! But not realizing that it's only my radiant damage that does it. And, you know, Kristen knows that, but Cora doesn't. So she's still going to be telling people to attack the ship.
Yeah. Alright, so there are no spectres. Zurich, you're up.
I just had... Sorry, would this boat, if I went up to it, would it provide me any cover? I don't know how big it is.
Not for
Probably not
someone of
because
yours.
they're up. Right. Anyway, never mind.
Stand the boat up and hide behind it.
Yeah.
I suppose you could like just drop prone and just pull the boat over yourself to. If that's what you want to do.
Just like lift it up
even
and
a
fire a spell
bitch
out.
move for Cora. Not yet. Not yet. I'll save it. I'll think.
I'll give you a 3/4 cover. I'm just saying.
Nah. I feel like that will. There's got to be a catch-22. Jack's not offering that because it's going to be advantageous for me.
No, because no. If there was a melee attack against you, that'd be my advantage. But legitimately, that's a very clever use of the environment around you. So you could literally drop prone, pull that boat over yourself, and it'll provide. It's not complete cover because it's a thin piece of wood, but you know he wouldn't be able to see you. So I'm just saying.
All right. So then I'd be able to like peek up out of it, and come back down again.
I'd say it costs you your bonus action to get the boat off of you each time.
Okay.
Because it's a heavy thing.
that.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like It's not like a duvet. You have to like actually lift it off of you. But you're heavy. But you can lift twice your size anyway. So.
Yeah.
Did,
All right.
did the shepherd make a Constitution save?
He did. Yeah.
Oh, he did. He made it. All right.
Yeah. All right. Not for the Sacred Flame.
It was.
Oh, that's
19.
right.
You make the save. All right, Zurich, you're up. So you are flying upwards on the ship.
Yeah, I'll look to carry him back. Just say, we've got to finish this off. We can't let him get away. And then just sort of skirt round to this side, and then just take swing at the shepherd.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh fuck.
You swing at him, and the shepherd just moves around and just catches your arm, preventing you from swinging all the way.
Then bonus action, swing the longsword.
That will actually hit him. That's not magical damage, is it?
No, these are just, unless weapon bond, I don't think it makes them magical though, does it?
No, no, it doesn't, unfortunately. So what you do is actually you boot into the shepherd's chest, forcing him to release you. You bring the sword down into his sort of clavicle area, and you dig into it, but you just get the feeling that the shepherd's just not too bothered by that kind of damage.
That's me done.
Yeah. All right, Joe Pricks, you're up.
Okay. I have a question about portent. When I apply the number, is that just for the roll? Do they get to add modifiers to it, or is that just replace?
No, as in like if I rolled an 18, then you replace that 18 with a 7, but then he would add his modifiers to that 7.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to drop in another fireball at 4th, so long as I'm able to drop a fireball in a manner that gets him.
Because of the height and angle difference, if you got him, you get Zurich and Bark and Kerry at the same time. They're pretty much all in the same area.
I think I could possibly get it, so I just didn't hit Kerry. If I got it right there.
Yeah. I think you've got it. You could be able to avoid Kerry, but
I mean, Zurich was dead a second ago.
This is true.
Zurich
Maybe there's a way. Unless there's a way that I can center it to the right a bit. I can probably do that. Maybe
it's purely because
Bart doesn't turn up for a single session, we burn the fuck out of him.
I know.
I mean, that's the thing. Because you're firing from below, the sphere just doesn't. The sphere will go upwards through the ship and get them both. Basically, they're both equal distance from above you.
Okay. I might have to do it and just say incoming.
All right.
And that's at 4th level.
Okie dokie.
So that adds, what does that add? A D6? Is that 96 now?
96, yes.
Okay. Let's see. 96.
8 from the shepherd.
That is a fail.
Bart and Zurich, can you both make dexterity saving throws, please?
Jack, danger sense, does that only apply when you're raging, or do you always get danger sense?
You always get danger sense, but you don't see it coming.
Oh.
Because it's below you.
Oh, never mind. Can I apply my... I think I already... I don't know if I can.
I think you've already used both your portents today, mate.
No, I haven't used the 14 yet.
Okay.
But I'm wondering. So if I apply a portent to Zurich's save, he can use this.
He will get 16 on his save.
He'll get, and that saves. Yeah. So I'll give him my portent. That'll be my last one.
All right. So Bark and Zurich save, and that damage is also halved as well. So 27 halved. Oh fucking hell! 15. No.
13.
13.
If you're rounding down.
And then for Zurich, And then for Zurich, if you use absorb elements as well, that will then be reduced to 6.
Nice.
All the HP I can get.
That'll work. Yeah, right. That'll work.
So an explosion comes out from beneath the ship, enveloping the Shepherd, Bark, and Zurich. And the Shepherd is practically on fire now. You can see what flesh from his organs is dripping off of him. Anything else from your Brooks?
That is my turn, and I think
Right.
if I do any movement at all, hang on, let me just check one thing, and I'll. Okay, I think I'll probably move over and down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
He doesn't have advantage on that, so the insect cloud actually disappears. He failed his con save.
So does Hunter's Mark.
Oh no!
He's no longer marked.
I keep mine up.
Nice. Right, so the Wraith has got 2 more turns before he's released. So it's the Shepherd's turn. So in his state of anger and desperation, tell that he is truly channeling all the power that he has at the moment. Alright, so since he's the one who's hurting the most, I want Bark to make a wisdom saving throw.
Roger. Oh, wisdom, he's not good at them. 4.
Alright, so that is actually a fail by more than 5. So Bark is paralyzed.
Hold on, because I think the protection from good and evil gives him advantage. If the target is... creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw.
Alright, so Bark is actually immune to the dreadful glare effect.
Even better.
That's good.
Thanks, Cora.
What?
Teamwork.
It makes the dream work.
Oh my god, that's such a good saying. We should write it down.
Did you come up with that on your own?
Yeah, never heard it before. Definitely not 9.5 years in the military where you hear it every freaking day.
A rotting fist is going to come out towards Kerry. 27.
Rip. Yeah.
Alright. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can.
Okay, so you resist the curse that he's tried to place upon you, but you do take the damage.
Oh. I'm down.
Right, so that doesn't bring you to your hit point maximum, so you just see the hand grip onto Kerry, and you see the literal life force being sucked out of her. As the Shepherd tosses her to the side. He then turns around, and his eyes glow. I can't get Vorkris. I wouldn't be able to get Cora, but I'd be able to get Lisma. Oh, because he's got 30 feet of height. So, yeah, just be within range. So, a red beam shoots out from the Shepherd's eyes, firing two beams down towards you, Lisma. Natural 1 and natural 20. So that is going to be 30 points of necrotic damage against you, Lisma.
Okay, just about a scratch.
Right, Kerry, can I get a death save from you, please?
Yeah. 1 second.
It is the rules of D&D that you always die just before your turn.
It is, yeah.
1 fail. 1 fail. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention as well: the ship is continuing to gain height at the end of the Shepherd's turn. Bark, it's your turn.
Sorry, I was waiting for Bark to respond because I'm a freaking idiot. So Bark's concentration lapses for a second, but he stares straight back at the Shepherd and recasts Hunter's Mark.
He is marked.
And then swings his Morning Star. So a 24 to hit.
That certainly hits. Cracks the
Damage
Shepherd down
plus
on
2.
the
25 to hit.
Nice.
So 8 points of magical pierce.
Hunter's Mark only applies once per
Oh, does it really? My apologies. Okay,
yeah. So that's 7 piercing damage against him. Okay. Well, this is a first. Rich, would you like to describe how Bark kills the Shepherd?
Yeah!
Yes.
So he just like swings once from the back of the round the back of the head, and it cracks down. And as he's like coiling from that blow, he just like uses the momentum, and the backhand smashes the Morning Star into his face and just smashes his head clean off his shoulders.
As the head shatters on the impact and what remains of the skull blows away, what remains in place is a fiery head of hate and malice. It just goes, "No, I will not!" And at that point, the sky cracks open. And you see a red kind of light emanate from this crack in the air that's above the ship. The Shepherd looks up and goes, "No! No!" And you see this, you all watch as this skeletal-like hand comes down from this crack in the air, grabs the Shepherd, and the body itself just crumbles away. And inside the grasp of this skeletal, this is almost like a gargantuan hand itself, is a flaming spirit that is the Shepherd just struggling against it, and he gets pulled up inside this crack in the air, and the entire time he's screaming, he goes, "No! No! I have served you! No! Not me! It's not my soul!" And the crack closes up, and the Shepherd is taken within. At that precise moment, the ship disperses into mist. And
Is that last Wraith still about?
Yeah, no, he disintegrated with the ship.
Happy days. And splash, we fall in the water.
Yeah, could I get a dexterity saving throw from Zurich and Bark, please? Kerry instantly fails unless somebody does something to revive her as she falls.
I got nothing.
We'll cast, if I can, out of turn.
I will also possibly cast something if I can just check the range. Yes, I will cast Featherfall on all of them.
Alright, so as you all like, oh, this is quite nice. And you just dip into the water, which is very cold, but quite refreshing considering that you've all worked up quite a bit of a sweat.
And as Vorkus does that, he just kind of like collapses to the floor.
I'm gonna yell to everybody to come to me. Somebody drag Carrie over.
Yeah, I'll grab her.
Please.
Pull her. As soon as she saved me, I'll pull her in. Pull her to the side.
Lisbon's going to be excited. He's going to go over to Cora and be like, "Did you see it? Did you see it? I nearly cast that magic arrow then. I was so close."
No, didn't see it.
Oh, I was underneath the boat, but good job. So once everybody is around me, I am going to channel my divinity and That
Bark, get in here. Get in here for this, Bark.
I can store
Oh,
the
of
number
course.
of hit points equal to 5
I
times
know
my
I bark.
cleric level. So what are we, level 7? 7 times 5, 35. So I have 35 points of healing that I can give out. It cannot not restore anybody to more than half of its hit point maximum. So seeing as how Carrie is completely dead, I would like to give her some. Who all needs them?
I mean, I'm down to
Chris
1
needs
health,
some too,
but I'm
right?
hoping this is going to be a hide in a hut and rest
Yeah,
moment.
I hope
I'll
so
take
too.
5.
But I don't want
I'm
to
only
take.
down 10.
Okay, I'll brag about it. Okay, so then Carrie can get. You said you wanted 5. Okay, so Carrie can get 15. Borkris can get 15, and Zarek, you can take 5.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to finally cast an amazing spell, do something awesome, but no one's going to see it?
Nobody's gonna be around.
I promise you that if I'm staring right at you when you do it, I will still tell you that I didn't see it, just because I know it'll annoy Lisma.
Joe Pricks wants to say to Bark and Zarek, I had faith that you guys were hardy enough to withstand the friendly fire, but my apologies.
It's all right.
Brushing smouldering cloak off. God damn it.
Lisma would go grab his tentacle and be like, "This thing is awesome."
Yes, it is.
As you all take a moment to catch your breath, apply some emergency first aid. Look up into that sky where that crack was, which is now fully dispersed, and you just see the clear night skies with the aurora borealis effect in the distance. The clear, now still waters, with the only ripples coming from the big splashes, well, the little splashes that Bart, Kerry, and Zurich made when they touched the water. And you'll watch just as Imnara just kind of floats out towards the dock, just sort of stares out at it, and it's odd. She is spectral, she's translucent, but just staring out to where the shepherd and the ship cease to function, she just becomes more whole, solidified. That translucent skin she has becomes more of a pearly white. And for the first time in a long time, you actually see her touch down onto the ground, and you can see her feet sort of interact with the grass. Her wavy dress just billowing in an unknown wind, and her hair still floating around as if she's underwater, but she looks different. Baron Bark just looks at you and says, "Wow, I've seen crazy before, but you guys are something else. Flying on a ship, blowing yourselves up, fighting ghosts."
Yeah, things
What
do
you
seem
mean
to
to
take a
say is
weird turn
thank
in this world.
you, and you're welcome. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, thanks.
I
Yeah,
mean,
perhaps.
I've not been with these guys long. This is the second time it's happened.
Well, looks like you guys just seem to draw certain kinds of attention, don't you?
All I
Yes,
wanted
we
to
do.
do was come to the new world and just, have a nice, safe life. Now look at me.
In fairness, it was kind of your girlfriend that made that guy come. That wasn't us.
God, don't use the G word.
Oh goodness. Oh God, that starts with G. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna sit down.
Well, I appreciate what you've done for me. You protected my land, and you've answered the mystery as to why I don't seem to be bothered by the predators around here. I know that you Your travels will take you elsewhere, to places. But, no, if you ever find yourself in the area again, you always call this place safe haven for you to rest and relax. Just got to deal with a bit of a
Attack us
ghost.
again?
I mean, I don't think so.
Imnara?
Imnara, is anything going to attack us again? She turns around and you can see pearly tears dripping from her face. She says, "No. You actually beat him."
Are you safe now?
For the
safe as
first
anyone
time
is in this
since
world.
I died? Yes. I didn't think such a thing was possible.
I mean, I was doubtful at a few times during that battle.
You people are the makers of miracles. And you've given me an opportunity to be with Baron Bark.
We
Forever.
couldn't have done anything, Imnara, unless you'd have had the courage to show yourself and draw him out.
Love makes us do crazy things. What?
I'll take your word for it.
I'm going to whisper to Vorkris, she said the L word.
And he said the what?
Did the W word. Baron Bark just looks red in the face completely. He's not comfortable with the situation at all.
Well, at least you two have a chance to...
Sorry.
Carry on.
So did you ever see a half-orc go red?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, at least you two have now got a chance to see what happens, and you can actually have a conversation rather than just, communicating by attacking all your guests and burning words into the grass. Seems like it's an easier way to go.
For a long time, I believed hate, malice was the only way. Baron Bark and all of you have shown me a different path. I'd like to discover what peace is in whatever time I have in this world. Hey, this place is pretty peaceful. Company might make it better. Imnara just kind of smiles and says, "Company would make it better, so you can stay." Oh, yeah, you were here first. Huh, my bad. Well, I don't know about all of you, but I'm fucking knackered. I'm gonna go to sleep.
That was a long-ass day.
Yes, it was.
Have fun, Baron Bark.
What do you mean? I'd have fun sleeping. You're fucking weird. He closes the door behind him.
You're welcome.
Have fun, Imnara.
Imnara is just gonna float on the water for a little while, to be honest. Like, you've given her a sense of freedom that she's never experienced before. And despite the fact that she's dead, that threat of being taken to a place she doesn't want to go is no longer over her head. Something that's been with her for eons. And she's currently in the process of discovering who she is without fear. But threats are dealt with, Shepherd defeated, and apparently you guys have just created an undead Tinder service.
Yay!
Nice.
Speaking of
Tell him
undead,
which way to swipe.
Can I go and inspect the corpses of my good old Parchintuk and Wenos? Are they relatively intact?
Par is fucked up. If you were to raise him again, he'd be a skeleton at this point.
Oh, but if he's a skeleton, I can give him a weapon, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll have a zombie and a skeleton.
All right, so I'll keep Par's token, but we'll just consider him to have to be a skeleton with the skeleton stats.
That's cool. Thank you very much. And yeah, so I will use my last level 3 spell slot, which I was saving just for this eventuality, to bring them back to life before I'm assuming someone is going to summon a little tiny hut and we're going to die. Because I very nearly did.
Somebody.
We can do the hut. If you guys would like to do the hut, we can gather around. Maybe.
Have you actually got a spell
near the
slot
house.
for the hut left? Have you got
I haven't. I'd have to do I think I'd have to do it ritually.
Oh yeah.
I would have to take some time to do a ritual.
Something like 10 minutes or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got time. We're not going anywhere in any.
Yeah.
I've got to spend a minute raising these fucks back to life.
I could do with a rest, to be honest. Like, this tentacle rod was hard to use. It's hard to control 3 extra limbs that you suddenly have out of nowhere.
Well, as the hut is cast and a safe and temperate zone is created for all of you to rest in relative relaxation in, the night
Gather in, everybody.
is quiet. The rest of the evening until dawn. You're all able to long rest. If there's anything you guys would like to roleplay tonight before going to sleep, be my guest.
I will respond if people speak to me, but I will probably just pass out exhausted. I've never used this much energy. I've literally got 1 level 1 spell slot left, which is my version of very, very tired.
Yeah.
And Listener nearly cast the spell, so he's probably drained.
Okay.
I think Jopert should even say that. Like, I would love to talk, everybody, but I am beat.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think we all are. That was a tough fight.
No. Can I speak to Cora? I'll wait for everybody to be dropping off, and then when more or less they're all asleep, just either wake her up if she's sleeping, or catch her before she goes to sleep.
It took approximately 4 seconds for me to fall asleep.
Right.
So if there was a tree that was still within sight of everybody, I would go to it. If not, then I would just kind of move away a little bit, and I would want to thank my God. Is there, what phase? I know I ask this occasionally. What phase of the moon is it?
Oh shit! Yeah, just blindside me on a question like that.
Sorry. As of note, Cora would always want to know when it was a full moon. She would always be tracking moon cycles, so she would want to know.
You are 4 days away from the full moon.
Okay. So I would also be looking for things to offer to my God as thanks. So if I see anything around that catches my fancy, I mean, it's not like coin or anything, just natural things.
It's a few acorns about.
Okay. Acorns are particularly good. So I will gather those up and I will pop them in my pouch, and I'll just kind of kneel at whatever piece of nature is over here and start praying to my God, thanking him for his protection. And Tika did some good damage over by the hut. So special shout out to that big old raccoon.
As you pray to your God, you hear the footsteps of heavy boots coming up behind you. You turn to see Xeric approaching you.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to pray with me?
Not really. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
No, it's okay. I was just finishing.
I've noticed you speaking this odd language at times. I'm just curious how you came about it.
You mean like when I cast tongues?
No,
I can.
it's more like, and then I'll replicate, like, just say a few phrases in Gnomish.
Are you trying to disguise that you know it, or trying to like?
Yeah, I don't want you
butcher
to
it a
know.
little bit.
Yeah, just like copy some of the ones that you've said.
Oh, you have a good memory. Yeah, I was.
Oh, well, to be fair, the only words that she said in Gnomish are swear words, so.
Yeah, I'll just copy them.
I was just praying in Gnomish, but it's okay. So
okay.
if I heard you swear at me, I'd go, oh, yeah, those are not the best words to say. I know that you weren't swearing at me, but those are not. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get frustrated in my mouth. But yeah, no, I was. When I was a baby, it's all confusing now because I just learned some stuff. But I was adopted by a gnome who saved me, and she raised me, and she was a cleric, and she taught me, how to do this, and it was a little hard growing up because, I'm this big, and I don't know if you've ever met a gnome, but they are, and I'll put my hand way down, like to my knees. My mom was like this tall, and so living in our tree was, I think that's why I've got some scoliosis going on, because I always have to bend down. But yeah, I'm so I hope the language doesn't offend you. I know sometimes it sounds a little weird and spastic, but it's not. It's really quite beautiful once you get to know it.
That's pretty interesting. Well, I actually know a couple of gnomes. They came over with me.
From where?
From the old world. From Uranium. We came over together, and I was supposed to try and make some money to provide for them, but I left them in New Uranium, and that's what I ended up in Rast's den trying to earn some money. So we could.
They're here?
As far as I'm aware, they're still in New Uranium, but that was... How long ago would that been, Jack? A few weeks ago?
A month ago at this point.
Yeah. So, yeah, about a month ago.
We got Happy welling up. That's really exciting. Do you remember their name? How did you meet them? Do you, if it's not, could you tell me? Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna, do you remember their names? How did you know them? Are they safe?
I hope they're safe. I mean, I haven't been there in a month. As soon as I was done fulfilling my debt to Joprix, I was hoping to head back and check on them.
Did Escanor seem to take them in?
Yeah, they seemed okay. They fit in the town. It's just money. I thought I could try and provide a better life for them.
Of course they fit in the town. The gnomes are tiny.
I was going to say, they fit in a lot of places. They're very small. It's not very hard to accommodate for them.
So the two that came over with me was Jinx and Double Lock. I think the clan was the Garrick clan.
The tears are, they welled over. I know them. That's my clan. They knew my mom. Did they ever talk about somebody called Pock?
It's not coming to my head now, but I'll have a think about it. I only spent a few months with them before we left, back in Uranium.
Well, so if I'm remembering right, I think their full names are Orin Ren, Body Knock, Nam Foodle. That's double luck. And then Waywalk at Orla, Karamip, Rowan. That's who Jinx is. And yeah, they were close. That's really great news. And I mean, they didn't seem like anybody was hunting them. I'm so happy they're here.
Yeah, they seemed fine. I don't know how much more you know of, like, what happened to the rest of the clan.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Well, my mom and I kind of lived on the outskirts of the clan. I mean, clans work differently in Gnomish culture than they do in a lot of other cultures, but we kind of stayed away a little bit because she would heal all sorts of creatures. And, you know, as they're healing, they need some rest. And if you live within, you know, a big clan, then there are people constantly coming and going. So we were on the outskirts. But I don't know, but maybe they know. And if you go back to New Uranium and I go back to New Uranium, maybe you could tell them that I'm here and I made it. And if I go, you can maybe bring me with you to find them.
I'm sure they'd be delighted to see you.
So do you speak Gnomish then?
Yeah, and then I'll just start rambling in Gnomish.
So you heard all of my very bad words. I'm not normally like that.
Anybody who is still awake just hears Xeric and Cora just go.
I'll try not to let it get the better of me, but sometimes it does. It really didn't happen a lot in the old world, but this new world can test you pretty hard. So I didn't mean any offense. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. It's purely normal.
Well, it's not very becoming. So you protected them?
I did my best. They protected me as well.
So at this point, I'm going to stand up because I wasn't before, and I'm going to, not remembering my size, sorry, I'm going to literally run this like 10, 15 feet in between us, and I'm going to hug you, and I'm going to imagine that the bulk of my body and the momentum of my running probably knocks you down a little bit, and I fall on top of you, and then I'm a little embarrassed by that. I'm sorry. I want to thank you a lot.
Your faces are so close to each other. Your lips are just inches away from each other.
Rolling off absolutely as quickly as I can. Very red, and I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, but not many people protect them, and that was really amazing of you. And I'm so happy that you're here with me and us. But if you decide that you have to go, that's okay too. But yeah, thank you.
That's okay. I'm glad I shared it with you.
So she's going to do this weird like giggle fit where she's like crying and laughing because she's not quite sure what emotion is going to come to the forefront. And then just kind of wipe her face a little bit. Oh, okay. I think it's probably been a really long day. And I think a lot of this is because I'm tired. Do you want to get some rest and I can watch, or maybe it's safe enough for us both to rest?
I think sleep would be a good idea. And then awkwardly,
Imnara will always be keeping watch of this area.
Just awkwardly, like, brush your shoulder because I don't really know how to deal with people crying. I'm like, there, it's okay. Let's get some sleep.
Well, with that, Cora and Xeric return to the hut and eventually go to sleep. Soon enough, morning comes. You all wake up You have your rations. Lizma, you have not eaten the food for a couple of days now, haven't you?
Correct.
As you wake up, you get a banging headache. You sort of retch over and vomit violently. So, two things happen to you. The first thing is your hit point maximum is reduced by 22. You then take 22 points of psychic damage. As your body rejects the top, whatever that food was doing to you, it now begins to correct itself, and you no longer have it flushing through your system. So you have returned to the hit points you had prior to eating the Chintuk's food. But you have taken an additional 22 points of psychic damage to begin the day. So the rest of you wake up to see Lizma retching in the corner of the dome.
Rough night?
I have no idea what that was, but that was must be similar to what you guys went through when you stopped eating that food. God, that was not nice.
Or you just
Cora's
went
going to feel guilty, but not really, because it's for your good. But I know that you're hurt, and so she's going to silently just kind of look downcast, like she knows it's her fault.
maybe
Joe
not
is
as
going to say.
fit as you said, fit as you made out to be.
Yeah.
And that
Joe
fight
says
took out of you.
all these things have a price, Lizmer. Nothing in this world is free.
Wait, what's going to happen for me trying to cast that spell?
Maybe now that all that poison is out of your system, maybe it'll work better.
Ooh.
Here, and I'll cast guidance on you for whatever it is that you may decide that you want to try.
Lizard's just going to try and cast anything.
Nothing happens.
You look like you have to poop. Maybe after you go to the bathroom.
Take a few feet.
I can do this again.
Magic missile?
88. Yes, your hit point maximum now, Lizma, is 86. So you've lost your triple digits, unfortunately.
Single tear out of his eye.
We'll have to go find level ups.
Yeah. So, despite the rude, retching alarm call from Lizma, you guys prepare for the day. You have your breakfast, your rations, whatever you'd like to eat. Baron Barkham and Imnara have been talking most of the morning. Yeah, they've probably been talking most of the night as well.
That's a nice
What
couple
would
of
you guys
portents.
like?
Yeah, it is.
What would you guys like to do?
Go and check on Baron Bark and Lamara. Ask if they slept well.
I don't sleep. Like a log.
Did you hover well? Float around well? I don't know what you do.
Do you feel better?
I have contemplated myself and my place in this world. I believe I have a lot of answers to find, but I think right now my place is beside Baron Bark.
That sounds good. I'm sure he will appreciate the protection you're able to give him.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Hey, I mean, you can fight. I'm not denying that, but having a little spectral force around, that can't be a bad thing.
And it certainly helped you keep you safe thus far, right?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you, Imnara, for everything you've done for me, even though I don't deserve it, or haven't done anything to deserve it, but I'd like to make it up to you in any way that I can. Are it getting weird?
Yeah, don't make it weird.
And as for you, Mr. Dragonborn, I mean, I get you have a unhealthy obsession with dead things, but not everyone's like that.
But what is dead can never die.
Well, I saw your dead things die.
But there they are, right as rain.
Well, he ain't got his skin no more. He points towards Bar.
Yeah, but with his little bony fingers, he's actually quite good with a bow.
You're weird.
Every cloud has a silver lining. I know, but they're helpful. Imnara, I wanted to ask if you had any knowledge of the rest of this land. We are considering heading north to Grey Helm. Grey something. Grey Helm. Do you know anything of that area? Is there anything you'd be able to tell us that would help us in our journey?
I do not know of a place called Greyhelm. Where does this place lie?
It is straight north of here, I believe.
Get out the map. Boom.
She looks at it. I see. This place, and she points towards where Greyhelm is, and she says, I knew that once as Greyguard. It was once a sprawling civilization of people whom we called as Dwarvalim.
And who
Does
are
anyone
those
speak
people?
Dwarvish?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm confusing my characters. I think
I speak Dwarvish.
Starhawk did. Hold on.
Lisma, that word sounds familiar to you. It's like a really, really old Latin way of saying dwarves in Dwarvish.
Right. I would explain that to the group.
These are, I'll repeat that word. Were they little short bearded people?
They were not bearded, but they were stocky and short, yes.
A dwarf without a beard?
My goodness.
Crazy.
They were...
Gonna run over to...
Sorry, Cora, what are you going to do?
No, it's okay. I want her to finish what she's saying, but I'm going to run over to Bark and just stand by him and wait for my next action.
She goes on to say, they were a sister civilization of the Hullans, my civilization. We traded with each other. In times long past, we warred with each other. They were a metropolis built within the mountain. They once housed millions of their kind, spread out across the subterranean network all over this continent. Greyguard was considered the capital of this civilization.
Have you ever seen anything like this? And I'm going to reach under Bark's cloak and pull out the key thing that he has.
Can you remind me where that key came from, please?
Look in the notes. It's something that he got, and there's some ritual that he needs to get into the
in the cave where we fell down the river thing, then came out the bottom or somewhere.
It says when he got to Greyhelm, the New Order was already there. He got inside and got the key, but there was something beyond putting it in the lock and opening it that he didn't understand.
That is a rune key.
Do you know how they work?
No. But wherever there's a rune key, there's usually an obelisk. It's their signature.
And the obelisk is important in some way?
The obelisk controls many things for a specific area. The door,
Okay.
a magical effect, the weather. They were... Greyguard was a very advanced place.
And all these functions would have a different key to be used with the same obelisk. Is that how it worked? Do I understand correctly?
Unfortunately, that's not something I remember. All I know is that the rune key would activate an obelisk. It might have
That's
different
fair.
functions, I don't know.
Okay. Thank you very much for your help. You have actually been very useful.
Glad I can provide some sort of information. I warn you though, the creators of the Gorgons are not to be trifled with. Their civilization may be gone, but their people, their protections might still remain.
That big bull thing that we thought was a Gorgon, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it's these little dwarf bastards that made them. So hopefully we can find something there that might help us track and kill other Gorgons, or at least identify weaknesses, etc., etc. So yeah, okay.
We're created to keep the abandoned in line and fight off the abandoned, right?
They were a last-ditch effort to destroy the abandoned. They were built to become unstoppable, but they were so advanced and so powerful that only a few select were created and assigned to different locations in the continent. I recall vaguely there was no more than 20 or so, and that they were nigh on impossible to destroy.
There's 20 of those things. We faced one and we were lucky to get away alive.
You likely faced the Starwood Gorgon.
It was about the Starwood, so that would make sense.
There are others in other locations. They patrol a specific area of the continent for any abandoned that might still function. Or they would root out the cause of the abandoned. Namely, they would destroy any living thing they find. Or any living thing they find is a cataclysm of abandoned waiting to be awakened.
Well, I'm sure we've taken up enough of your time and that you guys have a lot to talk about. If there is nothing else to discuss, we can be on our way.
Just before we go, I don't know if you know anything, but I did hear you talk about Zarius. Do you have any other information that might be useful for us about him?
You can see shadows sort of appear over her eyes a bit. He is the sole reason why my civilization fell. Why Greyguard fell. Why this continent has been alone for an untold amount of years. Any information I have for you is irrelevant. He is a god, and you should not get involved with him.
I mean, I can agree with that. I'm assuming it was some kind of god that just reached and plucked the shepherd out of the off the boat when we beat him. It looked like a big, giant celestial hand.
I think that was the other guy in the painting, though.
That was whatever entity the shepherd had made a deal with. He bought and sold souls to stave off his own damnation. When you destroyed his physical form, he could no longer honor his deal.
So making deals with big spectral beings for souls is a bad plan, is what you're saying. And I look straight up for Carrie.
Like Cora? Come
on. Both starts with a K.
Shut up.
They are not to be trusted. They will always get what they desire in the end.
But what about Atta? How? I mean, we have to bring Atta back, right? Like, that has to happen. And I don't think that makes information about Zarius irrelevant. Like, nothing's going to get better without Atta.
From my perspective, Atta was more of an idea than an actual entity. He represented purity, innocence. There's nothing more I can tell you beyond that. I simply just do not remember.
Thank you. I think you're right, Vorkris. I think we need to move on. Baron Bark, don't forget that Vraster wanted to meet you. He requested a meeting. I don't know what he wants. Yeah. He's kind of a jerk, but maybe go and see him. Jerk. He is a rich jerk, and he's got sketchy people that work for him that put tattoos on people without. It's just bad business. Don't talk to anybody else.
Bet they ain't got a ghost on their side though. And he goes to slap Imnara's back, and he just phases through her body. He's like, oh.
Good luck to you guys.
Good luck. Thank you for all your help, too.
Yeah, no problem. Just remember, you're always welcome back. Of all the weird people I've helped out in my time here, you guys are by far the weirdest, but, you know, you're alright. Imnara takes a second and says, 5 miles east of here, there is, in the woods, a building. It's been taken over by nature and wildlife. If you can find this place, there is a hidden basement. If it still exists, inside you'll find some of my old items from when I was alive. They are yours if you wish. It might be useful.
That is most generous.
Thank you,
very
Imnara.
much.
Yes.
And we could
We
potentially take a 5-meal detour first, yeah, and head there.
Exactly.
Is there anything you would like done with the building, Imnara? Do you want it to remain standing, or is it a memory of not too pleasant times?
It is a memory of when I was a different person. Do what you wish for it does not affect me. Right now, I am who I am, thanks to you.
Does anything haunt that place now, Imnara? Do you know?
No. Not that I'm aware of, at least. The creature might call it its home. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure whatever creature is there could not be more of a problem than the shepherd was. Famous last words.
Right?
Cora gives you a nervous laugh, like, I don't think that that's good luck. You should not jinx us like that. Just.
So then, 5 miles east.
Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Yes, says Bob.
Was that wasn't it wasn't on our map, right?
No.
So I'm going to pull out the map and just kind of give a general, like, over here in Nara, like that's where it is.
Over here.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
You're welcome. And thank you once again. Yeah, thanks. For, not letting me die. Take care, guys. And, with that, you all turn on your heels and march out back into the woods. And
Good luck, Ballenbach. I say as I leave.
Yep.
he
Fare thee
waves at
well.
you, smiles, and goes back to chopping wood. The next couple of miles that you guys travel, expecting to run into beasts aplenty, you run into nothing. And nothing weird happens at all, which is weird in of itself. You get the feeling that whatever protection Barenbark has now been extended to you.
Oh,
Cora's
that's very
just gonna
kind.
look up and say, "Thank you, Imnara."
An ET rainbow ship just goes across the sky.
Nice.
While we are walking along, can I keep my eyes out for any herbs or flowers or?
Make a nature check.
I would happily assist you doing that because, herbs and flowers are always good.
Appreciate it.
If you show me what ones you want, I can also help.
Yeah, me too.
You find
them.
a cluster or something along the way, Cora. An interesting little thing. It's effectively like a blue daffodil, but the petals are frozen solid. It has a kind of like a neon light towards them on the outrims, and the buds themselves, like the little buds on the inside, they give off a strong smell. You only find a cluster of them. Like they're small little flowers. They're growing in a particularly colder area, shall we say?
A strong smell, strong good smell, strong bad smell, strong medicinal smell.
Well, I need to ask you something.
Cool.
What does Cora smell? What would Cora smell that she would find pleasant?
Good question.
I would imagine that typical forest smells, like pines. Oak doesn't really have a smell, but like freshly kind of tilled earth, grass, some kind of like vegetable, mushroom, potato, carrot, stew.
Well, as you get a good whiff of this flower, it smells 2 parts grass, 1 part mushroom stew.
Warcris!
Yes.
Smell this!
It smells like death for Chris.
I mean, I was going to go for musty old books, but fine. Apparently, I love death.
I'm just assuming you like that. You're okay with the smell of undead. But see, it would actually not be a pleasant smell to you. It would actually be a neutral smell to you because of your disposition.
Interesting. So yeah, death is probably a good one. I wouldn't enjoy that smell, but I would definitely be used to it.
Yeah.
What? It smells like stew and grass.
Like literally go over there and sniff Wenos. He smells exactly the same.
It absolutely. First of all, I don't want to be anywhere close to that thing.
Oh,
Secondly,
you'll hurt his feelings.
I don't care about hurting his feelings.
That's all right. Nor do I. He's a useful servant.
I'm gonna reach down and I'm gonna sadly touch my pouch of Isaac dust. I don't care if I hurt his feelings at all. I don't know. Maybe your nostrils are different than mine because, your nose is a little.
Well, they do have
shaped
to be
different. But
hard enough to withstand acid. So.
yeah, it's probably your sniffer is probably tainted with acid. I'm gonna put it in my pouch and see if I wish Emron was here to help me. It's okay. He's really happy doing what he's doing. All right. So guys, if you see any more of this flower, and I'll pull out the other things that I have, like the sight clear
the
flower
death
and
flower,
the honey
yeah.
bombs and the. No, it's not. It just smells like stew and grass stew, not grass stew. It'd probably be okay. It was not my favorite, but it'd be okay. Anyway, this flower doesn't smell like death, Bork.
All right. So, Gora, you can go ahead and put in your inventory 1 cluster of blue sniffers. All right. So, as you guys continue walking along, I want you guys to make a group survival check to try and find this location, please, because
good luck.
It's not easy to find.
Don't forget to roll for bark.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
All right, I'm gonna guide myself to what was it?
I'm gonna use. Well, maybe I'm not.
Well, that's what happens when I get someone with good survival rolls. I roll on that one.
Not rolling
14
well,
for me.
You guys spend the better part of half the day searching the area, but you can't find it. You really don't find it.
Walking in
stop
circles.
trying to use your map.
I would then sit there, and I haven't prepared it because I never do, so I'd have to I'd have to do a ritual cast it, but I'd cast detect magic, and then try and repeat the little search pattern that we've done while detecting magic. It's only a 30 feet radius, but assuming that there's something magic in our house.
Okay, I will. If you guys want to spend the rest of the day searching, I'll let you guys roll another survival roll. Volkers, you can roll at advantage. The success DC has increased.
Does Bark have anything for being a ranger that, any kind of? I don't know what he has.
I don't believe he's in his. I don't believe he's in his favorite terrain.
I'm just checking now. Oh no, his terrain isn't on there. His favorite enemies are on there.
Yeah,
I don't know what his favorite terrain is.
I think his favorite terrain is grassland and mountains. You're in forests, so.
Yes.
Know if having sort of
Yeah, forest is his. Oh no, his natural explorer in forest. Which I don't seem to be able to open for some reason. Oh, okay, because he hasn't actually put anything in there. But that's his thing.
All right. Well, then that means he gets to roll the survival check at advantage.
Is Imnara still protecting us and following us here,
No, you've left that. You've left that immediate area now.
All right, so he's only within that 2 miles around. Right.
Yeah.
So Bark did better. Borkus did worse.
20.
Then get another survival roll from Kerry, please. This could make or break it.
Come on, Kerry. Oh
man.
You guys spend the rest of the day, even with detect
Can
magic
I-
up.
Sorry.
I was
Sorry,
gonna, if I can set.
Use your pardon?
I don't really feel like waiting around too long, so I'll use the 19 that I rolled.
Okay, so that replaces Kerry's 5 with a 19, so Kerry actually got a total of 21.
Best roll there was. Well done, somehow.
Thank you.
All right, so
Welcome.
a few hours of searching, and you've probably got about 3 hours of daylight left, like you spent all day doing this. However, Jorprix, you and Kerry have kind of like split off. The main group just sort of fanning out into an immediate area. You're going through some dense brushes and stuff like that, and Kerry is just sort of like chopping down some like frozen vines and moving some bushes out of the way. She's proceeding onwards, and you just get this vision, something like that. This, it's hard to describe, but you get the feeling that Kerry needs to go right instead of her straight ahead. And you say
Kerry,
that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I said that. No, I was going to say, Kerry, I think you should go right.
Okay. Sure.
So, Kerry, you turn right. You go for a few more steps, and then Jorprix, you lose sight on Kerry. She disappears. Kerry, from your perspective, you fall down this incredibly large rabbit hole. You slide down by about 15 feet, and you come out, roll into this cave, dusted up, like you stand up, brush yourself off, and you have an immediate look around. You're not underground. You're in a very, very dense area of the forest that's just completely overgrown. The sun barely breaks through into this area, so it's dim light. But ahead of you, you can see something of a building or something like that, but it's decrepit and old and barely has any structural things left. It's more bush than building now.
Okay. Sorry. What is it that there's a spell that I have. Can I minor illusion like a flare? No. I was thinking it. Try minor illusion a flare just up. Like a red flare.
Yeah. Well, Jorprix, you immediately move over to the location that Kerry just was, and you have a look around, and you can see there's this hole in the ground, and you sort of peer down it, and the next thing you see, there's this red flash down there.
Okay, I see. Everyone over here, I think Kerry's found something.
Takes you a couple of minutes to make your way through the dense bush to get to Jorprix's location. You have to follow his voice because you can't actually see him because he's that covered by dense bush.
Look, there's this hole. Kerry, are you all right down there?
I want to take a moment to just remind everybody that Emron would have made a joke about Jorprix's old man pubes right there. He's covered in dense bush. All right, Emron. All right, continue.
No, I'm dying. Matt. I need help down here. Help me, please. Someone help.
Are you hurt?
How far down is it?
So badly. It's like 100 feet.
Well, then I can't misty step. I mean, so how many of us are left up here? 1, 2, 3.
Doesn't sound like 100 feet.
5. Okay, everybody, trust me.
Rio, go ahead and make a deception check.
Sorry. 1 second.
I'd have just burnt the spell slot to Featherfall the 10 feet down or whatever it was.
Oh, that's a +8 as well. It's a +8 as well.
Fucking hell, guys! She just fell 100 feet.
Taking advantage of an old man.
Okay, everybody trust me, and we'll all jump at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
And then, as we all jump, I'll cast Featherfall and prepare for this 100-foot drop.
All right. So as you jump in, you cast a spell, and before you even finish casting the spell, you've already hit the ground.
What the fuck? That's not 100 fucking feet.
You see Kerry just laughing.
you have any idea how much magical energy it takes to cast that spell?
Yeah,
The smallest possible measurable amount.
Yeah.
It's not the point.
I'm considering casting suggestion on you and suggesting that you behave yourself.
I mean, between us, we can get 16 hours a day out of that.
Flora's going to look at Carrie and say, I'm disappointed in you. You saw what happened yesterday, and we all ran out of magic, and for no reason other than to play a joke, you almost had him use a spot. What would happen if, like, something decided to attack us here? Disappointed, Carrie.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
At the
Just
mention
disappointed.
of something coming to attack you, you all turn around to see absolutely nothing.
I've gone blind.
Did you see that? Oh, it wasn't anything, but it could have been. I'm disappointed.
I don't know. Like the other day, we were getting attacked by nothing. It was a ghost.
This is true. Anyway, now that we have found the place and that the jokes have been played, shall we see if we can have a look round? There's supposed to be are we in the basement now? Did we fall through the floor into the basement? Is that what happened?
No. I mean, judging by the structure that you can see, this would be like an entrance area, like the front door sort of thing.
But it's underground.
You're not really underground. Like, you've just fallen down into some very, very hairy, dense bush. It's kind of like a sinkhole.
Right, okay.
It's been covered over by canopy.
Well, I'll be like right. So according to Imnara, there should be a trapdoor around here somewhere, or some sort of door that goes downstairs. We need to find the basement.
I can cast Detect Magic too. Do you want to dual cast Detect Magic and kind of scour the area, workers?
I'll need 10 minutes. I haven't practiced that spell today, even though I just cast it 5 minutes ago. That doesn't count.
It's okay. You can
do that as well.
You can save it. I can. Oh, well, I can do it, guys.
Do you have it prepared?
I can just do it because
Okay.
I'm purple.
Okay. Go purple team.
If you weren't a purple,
Purple is good.
If you were blue purple,
I don't know why I can do it. I
magic
can
wouldn't
just
work.
do it.
All right.
All right, so I'll cast Detect Magic.
If you guys, okay. So you cast Detect Magic. You do get some pings.
Oh, can you hear that?
No, that's not how
Ping?
Detect
No,
Magic
you
works.
can't.
Only you can hear it.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Ping?
So it's I hear there, and however many other places Jack decides I can hear it from, there, and there.
Oh, this is actually written Detect Magic. See any visible creature or object. All right, so really the only pings it pings off because obviously you guys have magic items on your person. So Detect Magic's always gonna say yes. You can't unless you know exactly, unless you find a specific place to look at it, you can't actually determine if something is magical or not. You have to spend like your action
Okay.
to see.
So I'll use my
or
action to see if I
invisible
see
creature or
any
object.
faint. Yeah, I'll use my action to do that then.
Well, there's no visible creature or object in the area. Like,
Okay.
that's
So
the
there's
thing.
magic around
Like-
somewhere that may or may not
Yeah.
just be
Right.
us.
Yeah.
So I think we
There's
just need to
nothing
look
that
for a
actually
basement.
sounds magical.
All right, so it'll be there for 10 minutes. So I will just continue to be using my action if anything lights up.
Okay. So you basically just start moving amongst the ruins of this house, like you move some of the decrepit wood that's like sort of rubbled onto the floor. You remove some of the bushes and the ivies and the vines that have just taken this place. Can I get a group investigation check, please? Try and locate this trapdoor.
Sure.
Sorry, that shouldn't be an advantage. That's still 18 anyway. And 11 for Bark.
spend about an hour looking around this place, searching every nook and cranny. And no luck, nothing. Jorbrix and Vorkris, like, you're like inside what could have been like a lounge area where the remains of a fireplace, just like it's basically half existent now. Like you can see, there was a stone guard where there was a fireplace, and the ancient ashes and soot that remains coloured the specific area, but beyond that,
Okay, stop.
there's nothing there. You like you just have a look around at some of the objects that are about. You can see an old plate. You can see just shattered potteries and stuff like that. And Jorbrix, you're old, so you have to like you lean back against it a bit just to sort of like catch your breath a bit, and you knock one of the objects inside of it, kind of like a small box or anything like that. But as you do, you just hear this little clicking noise, and the base of this fireplace opens up, revealing a hole that goes down.
Just like in the Goonies.
It's a good job that fire wasn't lit.
I think I found something, everybody, under the fireplace.
Oh, good job.
Nicely done.
Accident, anyway.
No, it was entirely deliberate. I saw the whole thing. He spotted it, he moved it, he opened it. Job done. Well done.
Divine intervention.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, go inspect the fireplace and see what holes opened up.
Okay.
Is it dark? Shall I cast light cantrip?
This is quite dark, so you cast light cantrip, and you can see that there is a ladder that goes down by about 5-10 feet or so. Quite narrow, but it opens up into a much more spacious area below.
Looks all clear, everybody. Do we want to go down?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could send the skeletons down first, just in case.
Probably a good call.
I mean, the skeletons would actually still be at the top, because when we all jumped down with Featherfall, I can only do 5 people, so I'd have left them there.
Oh,
Oh,
fair.
So, admittedly,
I
could
really
follow
was
us
gonna
down
like push. I was gonna push Winos down. But forget it. You took my thunder.
now. Wenos, come here! And he'll shuffle down.
It's the sound of him falling down a hole.
the skeleton could ride the zombie like a surfboard. That'd be cool.
Wenos, stand in front of this fireplace with your back to Cora there.
The
Can't really
undead
do it.
halfling goes up into the hole and just stands there.
Oh, Cora's all talk.
I'll do it, and then I'll
Just kidding. Push. I
Like,
got
he
you.
falls
You thought that I couldn't do it.
yeah,
If-
that was...
He falls forward, and you just see part of his face get scraped off as he just falls down this hole, and his face going against the concrete, and he just. And you look down the hole, and you can see like his inner jawbone is now exposed from like the fall, but he just
That was
stands
from
up
Isaac.
and just. He
Do you have any idea how long it will take me to
stands
fix
up
that?
and waits for any more orders.
Gruesome business.
Wenos, do you see anything down there?
Does that mean it's clear?
I don't hear any fighting.
You're a zombie has no means of communication, just so you know.
Oh,
He's attacking
zombies.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I'm feeling particularly brave. I'll go down. There's a rush pushing and made me feel very confident. Oh, walk down.
And I will follow Cora down.
I'll go
Okay.
next.
I'll follow.
Alright. So, you each individually make your way down into this basement area. It's quite spacious, actually. It probably runs the entire length of what this house used to be, which it was a big house. It remarkably is still rather intact. Like, you can see vines and ivies are creeping through the corners of the room itself. But mainly it's just a a dusty kind of area. The shelves have since collapsed. The chairs have since been destroyed by insects and such like that. But there's bits of furniture around that remain that are almost alien to you. Like, they're just designed in a completely different way that you would expect it. Like, the one chair that remains sits like a spiral sort of thing. You have no idea how you would actually sit on it. Like,
I try.
Maybe, like, you kind of like go up to it and like you park down your bum on one area, and then like kind of like squeeze your head up through the middle of the spiral, and then just sort of place your arms out like that, and like it just kind of looks like you're just wearing a weird spiral chip suit.
Yes, it's very comfy.
Having an in-depth look of the immediate area, you find several heaps of rubble and crap. Cora, your eyes wander over to what looks to be like an ancient shrine, like maybe a religious icon of some form, but there's no iconography left. You just recognize the way it was displayed as something of importance. And moving up to it, you sort of brush off the dust a little bit, and you find a bit of fabric in the middle of the reef itself. It's quite big, quite spacious, and it would be it'd be a good fit for you, actually. It's
a wreath?
No, there was some fabric inside the reef out of this. Of this altar, not even altar, like a display, really.
Okay.
But the cloak itself is green with some floral-like patterns about it.
That sounds 100% Cora. I'm gonna pick it up.
You pick it up. You can tell it's magical. You also can tell with your detect magic that it's the type of thing that would require attunement.
Okay. I'll keep it draped over my arm for now. Oh, yeah, if you want to. Yeah. Be happy. Here.
I'm happy to do some identifies if we find everything. We can get it all in a pile and I can spend some time identifying it. It's been a long day finding this bloody place, so we're probably going to need so much of rest anyway. I can do it as we rest.
You already have your Cloak of Billowing, though.
I didn't say I was going to take it. I'll just look at it and let people know what it is.
Switch them out.
And my cloak billows.
Lisma, you begin sort of searching through just a rubbish pile, really. Bits and pieces here, old metals, you know, something that briefly sparks your interest thanks to your upbringing, really. So you get to the end of this pile, and you find a metal pole there. You're like, well, what's this? You pull it out, and it's a javelin. It's quite well made, actually.
I'd definitely pick that up, and I'll be like, does anyone know if this is magical at all?
Ask Cora, she's pinging.
Cora's pinging right now.
Do I ping? If you close your eyes and concentrate real hard, do you get anything? I know you're trying really hard with your magic. Close your eyes. See what happens.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll focus really, really, really hard.
So if I get a ping, I'm going to like poke him right in the nose. Boop.
Lisma, as you concentrate on the magic powers of this thing, you get a little tingle on the edge of your nose.
I think I feel it.
It must be magical.
Can I mine Sorry.
Do you guys usually get like a sensation on the end of your nose as you cast magic?
I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I think I'm getting close to this.
Maybe Dragonborns do it differently.
Can I minor illusion
No,
Lisma's name onto the sphere?
Onto the what, sorry?
Onto this javelin, sorry.
Yeah. Small red-like letters appear on the side of the javelin, Lisma, and it says your name.
Would it be something that I've only just noticed, or would it be something that has like just appeared in front of me after I've done this?
It's just appeared in front of you after you've done that.
Oh, I think I must have made these mine. Right, I put my name on it.
Well done.
I look at something with my name on it. God damn it.
Cora's going to turn around because she's giggling. She doesn't want you to see.
Kerry looks at Cora and just goes, shh, blatantly.
Jorfrix and Vorkrus, you guys, between the both of you, you actually find what appears to be, or was once, a bookcase. Has since fallen apart, and the books in them long since decayed to ash, really. But there are 3 objects in this pile that you are able to pull out that you can identify as spell scrolls.
Nice.
Ooh. Are they readable?
Ooh.
They will be readable to you over the course of a short rest.
Okay. Now we are currently like short on ink, right?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of paper, but I have found a source of ink, so by the time we get back to New Rhinium, there's a good chance he'll have a little stash of ink that he'll probably be able to sell us. Because I sent him to something that will work as ink.
Okay.
Would you be able to polymorph me into a squid or something, and then I just make ink? Or would that not?
It's got to be a special type of magical ink that this
It's an interesting
weird
idea,
sticky
though.
stuff seems to... Yeah. And if we're thirsty, we can polymorph you into a cow and milk you. I'm not quite sure how that works either.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'd be
I
comfortable with
don't
that.
know. You can try that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just let you know because you guys probably will be resting this place. But there are 3 spell scrolls. The first scroll is a first level spell scroll of illusory script.
Ooh, I've always wanted to learn that. Like, genuinely I have. It's a really cool spell.
Didn't
We can write
already
things
have
like
that?
people's names on their weapons.
The second spell scroll is a second level spell scroll of Scorching Ray.
Can I have that?
And the third spell scroll is a third level spell scroll of Lightning Bolt.
And if no one takes that, I'll take it.
Well, the thing with scrolls is that the wizards can actually copy them into our books.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
for
lose
sure,
the
do it,
scrolls.
do it.
So we get to keep them
Carrie,
forever rather
I
than
think-
one use. But it costs a lot, so it's all finding gold and shit.
Yeah.
If you can copy it, copy it.
Carrie, you already have an illusory script spell scroll anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that.
Do you?
Yep.
I got it up from the...
Yep. We got scrolls before. Carrie
Oh.
has the illusory script.
Oh.
Joprix has silent image. Vorkrus has shatter.
Yeah, I've got
Honestly,
a few.
honestly, when I'm doing spell scrolls, I roll on a random table, so that is just
I mean,
weird.
That's fair.
Not gonna hurt.
So
Yeah, I've added them onto my sheet for now, Joprix. That's not because I'm having them, just to keep track of them, and then we'll sort them all out. So we've got a fair few now. We've got 3 level 2s, a level 3, a level 4, a level 1. Level 4 fire shield I've got. That's a lovely little spell scroll to have.
I got Sound Image, Scorching Ray. Yeah, pretty cool.
So Illusory Grip was level 1, Scorching Ray was level 2, and Lightning Bolt was level 3, right? I'm just going to put them on the...
Yes.
Perfect.
Xeric, you find yourself in more of a corner of the room. Just sort of like hanging back and just watching the wizards have their fun day, really. You lean on the side of the wall and one of the bricks is loose. You look at it, curiosity overtakes you, shift the brick a little bit and it comes out rather neatly. And looking inside, there is there appears to be a weapon inside.
Pull it out, have a look at it.
Pull it out. It's a very well-made spear. Really nice. It has some strange glyphs on the side of it that you can't identify, but Cora's spell would ping it off as magical.
Yeah, show it to Vorkris as well. Seems to come over as magic.
Yeah. Get everything in a little pile. I'll go through it all.
This one, please.
Ark finds himself quiver. Quite nice, actually. Much better than what he has at the moment.
Does that also ping things?
It does ping. It does ping. Yes. Just remind me when Bark is back that he has got himself a new quiver in his inventory, so I can let him know what it does.
Roger, Roger.
Carrie. You just sort of like look around the immediate area. And notice up and overhead there was... You know what chandeliers look like. You grew up in royalty. There is a variation of what is a chandelier up there. Small little crystals hanging from the ceiling. Interesting. But you can tell that there is something hidden in that chandelier. Something concealed in there.
I'll try and get it.
It's about 5 feet above you. How would you like to try and get it?
Can I jump up there? Just get it?
Yep. Just go and make a quick dexterity check for me.
You can always ask your friendly neighborhood purple person.
Sorry, it's these.
Yeah, you jump up there, and you knock the chandelier out a little bit, and it falls down. Well, not the chandelier, something, but something that was not connected to it falls down. It looks like a small little stone, but it's like a jet black stone.
Oh.
But remarkably light, despite its density.
I'll pick it up.
You're not too sure what it is, but you are magically inclined enough to know that this is, whatever it is, it requires attunement.
I'm gonna bring it to everybody else. I found a black rock. I want to connect to it. Can I connect to it, guys?
I mean, if you hold it, you're kind of connecting to it.
Magically, can I connect to it? Do I have permission?
Well, I mean,
have to attune to it over a short rest.
yeah, I'm going to try and work out what everything does roughly. I mean, what if this, makes you turn evil and sell souls to people? Oh, wait, no, you're already doing that. So, but it could do anything.
Already been there. Okay, well, there you go.
Sorry.
Guys,
right.
don't forget that Sparhawk had that sword that made him different. So...
You have no idea what that sword did.
No, I said different. Nope. But we did know that it changed his demeanor, so she's just reminding
only
people.
Away from him.
Can I try and figure out an Arcana check to see if I can figure out what it does?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Oh, okay.
You're not too sure what it does, but you just feel lucky holding it.
I want it. I'm just gonna hand it to Walker. It's just to have palm open and just say, take it. But it's mine.
I mean, you can have it back. I'm just going to go through everything. I've got a little pile now. I've got a shawl. I've got a javelin. I've got a spear. I've got a shiny rock. No, I'll need it to
That big ass.
I'm just gonna chuck it up in the air and just sort of hope he catches it. And if he doesn't, I'm just gonna quickly catch it.
I will attempt to catch it.
It's easy enough for you to catch a stone. You're not that.
I mean, I am the typical bookworm type with no hand-eye coordination or physical strength. That's why I went for bookworm type.
Do you have a -1 in dexterity or anything?
I do not. I've actually got a +2 in dexterity.
Yeah, so you can catch it without any issues. All right. So, would you guys be short resting in here for Vorkris to identify and for you guys to attune to said items?
That sounds like a plan. Nobody attune until I tell you what it does. Or at least you know roughly if it's
a long rest in here because you've got maybe about an hour of sunlight left.
Yeah, I mean, if we've been looking all day, then we'd just long rest, I think.
Okay.
This is as good a place as any.
It seems safe enough to, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, Orcris and Gilbrix, you guys already know what you guys have to do. Orcris, you're able to identify the cloak that Cora gave you as something that assists in stealth, quite immensely so. Is effectively a cloak of Elvenkind.
Ah, Cora, this cloak. I know that you look like you're big and that you're purple, so you stand out. But if you wear this cloak, you will blend into the background. I pass it over to you.
While you wear that cloak with its hood up, wisdom perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. Pulling the hood up and down requires an action, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
Lisma, Vorkris hands you your javelin and identifies it as a javelin of lightning.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
So even if you haven't got magic with this, you can use it.
Fantastic.
Do you know what a javelin of lightning does?
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Zirik, your spear is a +1 spear that also it spills out a bit of force in the attack. So when you make it's known as a force spear. So basically, it's a +1 spear, and when you roll damage with the spear, you can apply 1d4 force damage.
Nice.
Sounds good.
That does not require attunement, just so you know.
Oh, sweet.
Neither does the javelin of lightning.
I'm going to take one of the long swords that I've got and just put it next to where I found the spear, and then begin like bonding with this weapon. So this will be one of my bonded weapons.
Are you leaving that longsword here?
I am. It's in case somebody else comes across this place, you know. It's only
it's just that my zombie kind of had all his flesh fall off, and his unarmed attacks are shit now, so I can give him a sword, and then it'll be a bit more useful.
If it's an advantage to us, you're more than welcome to. And then
if an enemy comes along, they won't have a sword. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
so you want to bequeath Pa your longsword.
Cool.
Looking pretty rough these days, Pa.
He's lost a lot of weight. Skin and bone. Well, not even skin, just bone.
For Bark's records, just to remind him when he gets here, he has got a quiver of Elona.
Cool.
That's one of his gods too, I think.
Well, that's handy. Is it not? Okay.
I think it's got Biori and Obadiah and such. Maybe Elona. I'll have to double check.
Yeah, he had 3. Elona was the other.
Yeah. Harry, that little black stone is known as the Stone of Good Luck, or otherwise known as the Luck Stone. While it's in your person, you're attuned to it, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Ooh, a very lucky stone. I think it's some polished agate. I'll flick it over.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Ding. So, as you guys look at your items, feel free to trade them if you believe they belong to other people. It's just that, you know, this is what you guys just happen to find in your own personal searches. But if you wish to trade items, you know, that's entirely up to you guys if you want to do that. The amount of attention this room has gotten in the past hour or so is more attention than it has received in however many thousands of years it's been here. And not used to that kind of attention, the strain is a little bit too much. And just through simple moving around and interactions and things, part way through your rest, or as you even begin to rest, a bit of the wall falls inwards. The wall itself, there's this kind of little cubby hole, really. It looks like it was a false wall, a bit. Whatever was in there has long since decayed, but something did fall out of it. Something small, round, metallic in nature. It has 4 little connectors to it that look like, you know, dangling little what's the word I'm looking for? Like dangling little levers, but with like disconnected joints. They're like the sort of like they move independently. So like, you know, kind of like arms really, can like they're jointed really. On the back of this spherical like metal construct or whatever it is are a couple of golden wings. That they are metallic as well. So like the whole thing is just kind of solidified. Yeah, it just tumbles down and just sits at the base of this collapsed wall, really. This small little winged sphere with 4 little jointy arms and legs.
What do we have? What do we have here?
Does it look like it's alive?
Oh.
I'd pick it up and have a look at it.
Pick it up. Looks like the center of the sphere has a retractable like slit. I think like could move up and down or something like that. But beyond that, it's a little heavy, like heavier than you thought it'd be.
Is there a lever sticking out of this slit that moves up and down, or?
Oh.
Can I try and insert a nail into it and move it up and down? Or a claw?
As you do that, the slit opens up. And there is an eye looking at you. A singular eye.
I mean, I literally raise dead things for a living, and that's creepy as fuck. What's this eye doing in here?
Alert! Stranger danger!
The thing starts moving and shifting out of your hands. It rolls out of your hands and then starts moving disconnectedly, like away from you, trying to get up to the wall and just backing away from you.
Wait, where are you going so soon?
Strangers, alert!
I think Cora would hold
We're
up her
not
hands and
strangers. We're
say,
friends with Imnara. She owns this place.
Yeah, it's okay. Imnara sent us. She said that there would be useful things to help us, get rid of the evil in the world. In her basement it's okay.
Just a quick heads up, anything that's in here I don't think this is from Imnara's life, but if it is from Imnara's life, saying we're getting rid of the evil in the world probably isn't a good thing when she was pretty freaking evil.
Well, I mean, but evil has to have some sort of evil against it, even if that's the good, right?
Okay, I get you. Cool.
Where am I?
You are at Imnara's.
What?
I mean, this is Imnara's house. I don't know what else to tell you. Where were you expecting to be?
Do you belong to Imnara?
I do not know who that is. I did not know how I came to be here. I do not know who you are.
What do you know? Do you remember anything before opening your eye and seeing us?
When he says he doesn't know who we are, Cora's going to say, my name is Cora Briley Roseman Terabelle Sparklefoot. Do you have a name?
The eye shifts over towards you, Cora. And he says, I am Digit 3006, Cora Briley Roseman Terabelle Sparklefoot.
Digit 3006. That's a very nice name. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Digit 3006, we mean you no harm.
Good.
What do you do?
My dragonborn friend, he had a question.
What do you mean, what do I do? What do you do?
I go around and nearly die quite a lot, but I don't turn myself into an eye and live inside a little ball. I don't know what's going on.
I am not an eye living in a bowl. I am Digit 3006. This is how I have always been, and how I always will be.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Cat
Memory inaccessible.
Do you have any idea how we could access your memory?
No. Unless I can download your brain.
You cannot.
Regrettable.
Not exactly the word I would use, but maybe for you.
Do you download a lot of brains?
Oh. I'm lost. Can you help?
Certainly. Where were you trying to go?
I don't know.
That will make helping slightly more difficult. If you don't know where you were trying to go, how do you know you're lost? Maybe this is where you're meant to be.
I was looking for something, but I do not know what it was I was looking for, or where I came from, or where I need to go. All I know is that I am in a room with people I don't know, and there's very, very strange people around, and they are looking at me like I'm weird, but they're the weird ones, and that's all I know.
I tell you
We're
what,
not strangers anymore. You know my name. You know my name, and I know your name, and we're gonna be great friends.
and I'm Vorkris, and we're probably not going to be great friends, but we'll get along okay.
What does friend mean?
Friends mean that we help each other. And so if you don't know what you're looking for, if you happen to remember, then we could help you look for it. And it means that we hang out and we make each other happy. Sometimes not all the way, but that's what we try to do. We try to, be kind to one another and help each other. It's a really good thing. I think you're going to like it.
Adding new word to dictionary in databanks. Friend, closest word, resemblances, weakness, annoying, pathetic.
No, you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
No,
it's okay. I'll teach you.
You're pretty accurate, but it's okay. We'll get there. But how about this for a plan? We'll head back to Inara's, to where Inara is now, because this used to be her house where we are now, and we'll see if she knows anything about you.
No.
Do you prefer to stay here?
No.
What would you like to do?
How big is this thing? Is it like...
It could literally fit in your hands. Like he could sit in your hand.
And I'd happily let it. Whoa! Before you let him sit in your hand, he was talking about downloading brains. Let's just take it easy.
I had to get a phone call and I missed all that.
Okay.
Thanks, Toprix.
I didn't know you didn't hear that.
Sorry, hold on, guys. I just have to take this prayer. Digit 3006 looks around at all of you and says, "I don't trust you." And he looks at Vorkris, and "I don't trust you." And he looks at Joprix, and "I don't trust you." And he looks at Zurich, and "I don't trust you." And he looks at Lisma, "But I trust you." And he looks at Cora, and "I trust you." And he looks at Kerry, and "I don't trust you." And he looks at Bark.
Does he say anything about Bark?
He said he doesn't trust Bark.
Oh, he doesn't trust Bark. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's so special about Cora and Zurich?
What?
Magic.
What do you mean?
Wait, was it Lisma or was it Zurich?
No, he doesn't trust any of them. He trusts Kerry and Cora.
Oh, Kerry. So he trusts females.
Females, okay.
Yeah. I don't do anything because I didn't practice the spell. I was about to use Disguise Self, but I haven't got it, so I won't.
Will you look after me until I find what I'm supposed to do or where I'm supposed to go? Please?
Yeah. That's what friends do.
Do you promise not to download their brains?
Are you downloading our brains or are you downloading your own brains?
I don't see any connecting ports unless those big floppy things on the side of your head are connecting ports. Big references your ears for.
Definitely not connecting ports. We don't connect anything.
No, I cannot download your brain.
I'm gonna pick it up. I want to pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Alert. Comfort danger.
Comfort danger?
It's in comfort, guys.
I'm in danger of being comforted. This is nice.
I love it.
So Digit, as long as we will act in ways that will benefit you, and you can act in ways that will benefit us. We can act as friends, understanding we will do things that are beneficial for each other.
But does not compute.
You almost killed him. Do you have a charger, Digit? Do you need charging? Wherever
No. I need battery very low. I need sunlight, solar power.
Outside, guys. Outside. Let's go.
Does it look safe in? Oh wait, it's almost. Okay, I'm gonna. Is there something I can pick up, like a rock or something?
Yeah, there's like rubble around.
Okay, I'm going to pick up a piece of small rubble, and I'm going to cast daylight.
Ah.
That feels good.
I mean, we could have just gone outside.
But he said that it was
Getting
like
late.
before we were here, it was only an hour left of daylight. I figured it was dark outside.
We've slept, have we not? I thought this was the end of the rest. Oh no, it's halfway through. Sorry,
you're,
yes.
you're resting. Yeah. So he shuffles along a little bit on your hand, Kerry. It's kind of a weird wiggling sensation. It gets closer to the daylight, and he kind of hugs the stone a little bit, and just goes, "That feels nice."
Can we keep him?
You're nice people.
Not the one with the horns.
They're nice people too. Carrie, be nice. They're nice people too. They've helped us. They're our friends. Even if he doesn't want to admit it. Even if he keeps avoiding me because he knows I have questions to ask him. He's still a friend.
What was that? As he slinks away.
Uh-huh.
Do not pay attention.
I want to know more, Digit. What can I call you? Do you have a nickname? Can I give you a nickname?
My name is Digit 3006. That is the only moniker I have known. I was the 3006 digit created.
There's more. Well, you're the special one.
You have brothers and sisters?
I have predecessors and I have successors.
Do you have babies?
No.
Oh.
Well, you remember this. So that's a good start.
I remember fragments. The daylight helps.
Hug the stone, then.
Affirmative. I remember. Meldrone. That is what I am called.
Meldrone?
Can you... I'm gonna call you Belle.
He's the belle of the ball.
Oh, Modron.
That is what we are called.
I'm gonna call you Moddy. I'm gonna call you Ronald.
Do you know who made you?
No. I know that there were others like me. We were called monodrones.
Can you kill someone? Are you dangerous?
I don't think so.
What do you do?
My database shows that I am a lover, not a fighter.
Ah.
Of course, that's.
So what
She has the rock in her hand, so it's like shadow light. brings it back.
Sorry.
What
was your purpose?
And what he does is he stands up and he starts squeaking his way up your arm, Kerry. He goes up to your shoulder, and he just sort of extends his arms around your neck a little bit, and he just kind of gives you this tiniest little hug. And then he retracts, and then he just scatters down your arm and just hops onto Cora's arm and goes up your arm, Cora, and he just does the same to you. You two are nice.
Happy tears, but she's gonna be strong. But she's very excited to get a hug from this thing.
Carrie's finally smiling.
Can I stay with you?
Yes.
I'm gonna look around and make sure like that's okay with everybody else.
Everyone's just
I mean, as long as it doesn't download our brains, then yeah.
Right.
If he's safe.
So he climbs up onto your shoulder, Cora, and just kind of sits there. And he just like touches your hair a little bit and says, "Your hair, it's odd, but it is nice. It's the nicest color I've ever seen."
Carrie's
She
just
doesn't say anything. It's
just
just
stood next to Cora, like just amazed, looking up.
And as you guys, as you two just kind of like fall in love with this little construct, this little one-eyed drone, like he just says to you both, he says, "I'm glad I have you to protect me. I was so alone, and now I'm not." And
you're not.
he goes to hug the both of you, really at the same time. And the rest of you guys watch him he's like holding onto both of their shoulders and like just kind of embracing them really. And the eye darts over to you guys, and you swear he gives you what could only be described as a lecherous wink. That's where we'll end tonight's session, guys.